Riesling is a super special grape, famous for its awesome smells and refreshing zing. It's one of those wines that can surprise you every time you take a sip. It comes from the Rhine region of Germany, a place with steep hills and a cool climate that Riesling just loves. The unique geography and weather conditions of this area make it perfect for growing this versatile grape. This grape is really cool because it can taste different depending on where it grows, kind of like how a strawberry tastes different depending on if it's from your garden or the store. The soil, the sun, and even the wind can change its flavor. Winemakers call this terroir. Riesling smells amazing. It's like nature's perfume in a glass. Imagine flowers like honeysuckle and jasmine mixed with the tang of limes and grapefruits. These aromas make Riesling a delight to smell even before you taste it. Then add in the sweetness of apricots and peaches. Yum! These fruity notes make each sip a burst of flavor. It's like a party in your mouth. Every glass of Riesling brings a new experience, making it perfect for any occasion. What's really neat about Riesling is that it can be made in so many ways. Winemakers can craft it to be dry, sweet, or somewhere in between. From super dry wines that taste like rocks to sweet dessert wines, there's a Riesling for everyone. Its versatility is unmatched. Winemakers are like chefs, carefully growing the grapes and making the wine to create all these different kinds of Riesling. Each bottle is a testament to their skill and passion, so whether you know a lot about wine or you're just starting out, Riesling is a fun adventure for your taste buds. It's a wine that invites exploration and enjoyment. Its zingy taste, awesome smells, and the way it shows off where it's from make it a superstar of white wines. Riesling truly stands out in the world of wine. Making wine is like a beautiful dance between nature and people. A harmonious blend of tradition and innovation, and Riesling is no different. This beloved wine has a rich history and a unique character that sets it apart. It all starts in the vineyard where the grapes are carefully grown until they are perfectly ripe, nurtured by the sun and soil. This is where the story of all the different kinds of Riesling begins, each plot contributing its own unique flavors and aromas. For dry Rieslings, the grapes are picked when they are just right, so they have lots of zing and a refreshing taste, perfect for a crisp, clean finish. The winemakers use big, shiny tanks to keep the wine cool and let the natural flavors come through, preserving the essence of the grapes. Sweet Rieslings are made a little differently, with a focus on enhancing their natural sweetness. The grapes stay on the vines longer, so they get super sweet, absorbing more sunlight and developing rich, concentrated flavors. Sometimes the winemakers stop the winemaking process early, so some of that sweetness stays in the wine, creating a perfect balance. Sometimes a special kind of fuzz called noble rot grows on the grapes, which might sound unusual. It sounds gross, but it actually makes the grapes even sweeter and more flavorful, adding a unique complexity to the wine. These wines are called Beerenauslese or Trockenbeerenauslese, and they are some of the fanciest and most expensive dessert wines in the world, cherished by connoisseurs. They taste like honey and all sorts of other good things, offering a delightful experience for the palate. After the wine is made, some Rieslings are bottled right away to keep them fresh and bright, capturing their youthful vibrancy. But other Rieslings get even better with age, like a fine cheese, developing deeper flavors and more intricate aromas. They get more complex and interesting the longer they sit in the bottle, offering a rewarding experience for those who wait. One of the coolest things about Riesling is that it comes in all different levels of sweetness, making it a versatile choice for any wine lover. From super dry to super sweet, there's a Riesling for everyone and every occasion. Whether it's a casual dinner or a special celebration, let's dive in and learn about the different kinds of Riesling wines. First, we have Trocken Rieslings, which are known for their dryness. Trocken means dry in German, and these wines are exactly that. These wines are crisp and refreshing, often with subtle fruit flavors that make them stand out. They go great with light foods, seafood, and even spicy food. Next are Halbtrocken Rieslings. Halbtrocken means off-dry, which is slightly less dry than Trocken. These have just a little bit of sweetness, which makes them really easy to drink and enjoy. They go well with lots of different foods like creamy pasta and roasted chicken, making them a versatile choice. Then there are Feinherb Rieslings, which are a bit sweeter than Halbtrocken. These wines have bright fruit flavors and are delicious with a variety of dishes. They pair wonderfully with Asian food, spicy dishes, and even fruity desserts, enhancing the flavors of each. Lieblich Rieslings are definitely sweet and full of rich flavors. They have rich fruit flavors and feel smooth in your mouth, making them a delightful treat. They're often enjoyed with desserts like fruit tarts and cheesecakes, adding a sweet touch to your meal. Finally, we have Süß Rieslings. Süß means sweet, and these wines live up to their name. These are the sweetest of them all, with flavors like honey, apricot, and tropical fruits that are simply irresistible. They're perfect with rich desserts and even something called foie gras, which is a fancy kind of liver, making them a luxurious choice. Riesling is amazing with food. Its zingy taste, different sweetness levels, and interesting smells make it go well with all sorts of cuisines. It's like a chameleon that can change to match any meal. Dry Rieslings are great with light foods like salads, seafood, sushi, and grilled chicken. They also work really well with spicy food because the zingy taste cools down the heat. Off-dry Rieslings, with their little bit of sweetness, are super versatile. They're delicious with creamy pasta, roasted chicken, pork, and even some spicy dishes. The sweetness adds a nice balance to the flavors. Sweet Rieslings are perfect with desserts, cheese, and foie gras. The sweetness of the wine goes really well with the richness of these foods. Blue cheese, which has a strong flavor, is especially good with sweet Riesling. Fruit tarts, cheesecakes, and even spicy desserts are even better with a glass of sweet Riesling. When you're pairing Riesling with food, think about how sweet the wine is and how zingy it tastes. Dry Rieslings are good with light foods and spicy food, while off-dry and sweet Rieslings are better with richer foods, desserts, and cheeses. Have fun experimenting and finding your favorite combinations. Riesling originally comes from Germany, but now it grows all over the world. Each place adds its own special touch, making Riesling taste a little different everywhere you go. Germany is still the Riesling champion of the world. The vineyards along the Moselle, Rheingau, and Pfalz rivers make some of the most famous Rieslings. These wines are known for their zingy taste, delicate fruit flavors, and the fact that they can get even better with age. France also makes great Riesling, especially in the Alsace region. These wines are usually dry and smell amazing, with hints of citrus, flowers, and spices. Austria is another Riesling hotspot, especially the Wachau region. These wines are bolder and taste a lot like rocks, which is a good thing. They also age really well. Riesling has even made its way to places like Australia, New Zealand, and the United States. These new world Rieslings are all different and exciting, showing off what Riesling can do in different climates. Riesling isn't just delicious, it's also super interesting. Here are some fun facts. Riesling is tough. It can survive really cold weather, which is why it grows so well in places like Germany and Austria. Riesling can age like a fine wine. While most white wines are best when they're young, Riesling can get even better over time, developing cool new smells and taste. Sometimes old Riesling smells a little like gasoline, but in a good way. Riesling usually isn't aged in oak barrels, unlike many other wines. This lets the natural grape flavors shine through. Some of the most expensive and fancy dessert wines in the world are made from Riesling grapes that have that special, noble rot fuzz. These wines are like liquid gold. Riesling has been around for a long time and it's still one of the best wines in the world. Its amazing smells, refreshing taste, and the fact that it can be made in so many ways have made it a favorite for a long, long time. From its home in Germany, Riesling has traveled all over the world, showing off the special flavors of each place it grows. It can be bone dry or super sweet and everything in between. Riesling can also age beautifully, getting more complex and interesting over time. The best Rieslings can age for decades, showing how special the grapes and the winemakers are. Even though there are always new wines coming out, Riesling is always a classic. It's pure, complex, and super versatile, which is why people keep coming back to it again and again. So let's raise a glass to Riesling. It's not just a wine, it's an adventure. From the moment you smell it to the last drop, Riesling takes you on a journey of different tastes and textures. Whether you like dry Riesling from Germany, slightly sweet Riesling from France, or honey sweet Riesling from Austria, there's a whole world of Riesling out there for you to explore. Try different Rieslings with different foods, find your favorite style, and enjoy every sip. Riesling is a work of art made by nature and talented winemakers, and it's a wine that keeps surprising and delighting people all over the world. Cheers to Riesling!